3D learning, sports, video 6. And not just any sport. This is Taekwondo. And Taekwondo can be very intensive in training. And so the question is, should athletes compete in sports, pregnant athletes, that are so intense? That's a good question, and that's our end debate. Discussion graphic. In the first graphic, students will make statements about the main topic they chose earlier. So you have made already a main topic. You wrote out the paragraphs and the one opposition paragraph. Now you take that and you fit it into this graphic. A sample is in the book, and remember, everything is changeable. Make sure you make one statement for each person in the team. Every person should have one statement. So here's the beginning of this idea. This is important because though you are a team, you are arguing your point, which is connected to your next team's point and the next person on the team. They're all connected. You are just one piece of the pie. And so coordination of all information is really important in this final goal. Remember, information is always changeable. In discussion is about questions and answers. Debate is about facts and statements. So the question to ask is maybe, is taking higher risk in sport a phenomenon and becoming a problem in today's society? It's a good question, because sports always has risk. But some have higher risk, and when you're pregnant, that is a higher risk than other people who are participating in the same sport. Your answer? I think taking risks in sport is becoming a problem because, and then another person in your team or your class should answer, I think taking risks in sport is not becoming a problem. You want to have that opposite statement. It's a really good discussion point. Be ready to discuss your ideas, and because you already have ideas from before, bring them to class and be ready. So risk, the idea of risk is one of the key issues and ideas, and it's easy to discuss because risk in sport is natural. Everybody takes risk. Everybody gets hurt. And in training, you go to extreme lengths. And part of the debate will be, at 8 months pregnant, is that kind of too far? Is it too high a risk for what she's doing? When developing an argument, ideas need to transcend time. Risk in sport is not new. How much risk needs to be debated and needs to be discussed, maybe at each event. Because some events have less risk. They are less intense, while higher valued events, participants train harder and they take more risk. So the event might change, but the problem is still the same. That's what you want to consider. So in this graphic, the graphic will help to process that idea in your argument. So the sample has been made, as we said before, and in the first row, you find key talking points. These are points that are related to the topic. One statement about the topic. You need more, one for each member. Remember, you can change, and those are core points. It allows for expansion of the idea. This answers the question, why do we take risks in sport? Why do we take such risks to achieve like a gold medal? Like this young lady in this event. In the second row, the opposing team will state their point as against. So they will disagree with what you said before. And then the A team the first team will disagree with their point and make another point. In the third row, that's what we will do, and in the debate, it will be 3 minutes and 1 minute. 1 minute to respond and 3 minutes to make your own point. So we need to work on that, and this graphic will really help you. Make the graph on a different piece of paper. So you have lots of room to write, and you can make mistakes. There's no right or wrong, so you need to maybe change information, and you make this maybe one argument for each person, is one paper for each person, and make your argument straight down. A, B, A, B, all the way down. Okay? So make the graph large enough to accommodate all team members. Now, it's a little hard if you're writing a little bit bigger. If you're writing on the computer, it's a little easy. But make sure that you have each member having their own statement so you can follow the sequence down. And this is the first point. There should be at least one major point. We said that before. Writing out the discussion graph enables a better view and give precise directions. So when you have it out and then you speak it, you can say, well, this doesn't make sense, or this is really vague, or this is not clear. Writing out really helps a lot. This makes researching material efficient. Material efficient is you have a lot of material. And in that material, you have a little bit of information that you need for your argument. Material efficient means you can look at that material very quickly because you have it in categories. If you did that before, you have it, you search by specific words or phrases, so everything is there. And it's really easy on the computer. You can search for phrases and it will help you find exactly what you want. Material efficient. You don't want to spend a lot of time researching material that is not about your argument. That's just giving you a headache. You want to critical read those articles for the argument. That's all you're looking for, is the argument. And when you find it, you highlight it, you mark it, you reference it, and you can go back and find it easily if you have copied the reference. So without risk, there is no victory or competition in sport. Very basic statement. Risk in sport. That's your topic. The first is without risk. Okay? Each one has risk in it. Number 2, risk breaks barriers and enables evolving changes in sport. And the third one, life without risk is no fun. That's almost like the first one. And without risk, life has no purpose. So it's very general, almost like your level 1, level 2, level 3 discussion. Now, somebody in your team, or you should write in opposition. Without risk, there is no victory or competition. Well, maybe it's not, risk has to be defined as a value as low risk and high risk. Everything has risk. So, victory is not associated with risk. Victory is whoever wins. So your argument can mean victory is not related to risk. Competition and risk are not related. Though everything is related to sport. How much risk is determined by the sport and the competition. So the objection is that there's no connection between risk and the other things, and the response, your opposing response, is that risk needs to be defined as a different value, like high or low. and not victory or not victory. They are, so you have to do that. That's what you want. And then Team A will respond to that. Really good idea. See if you can do that. We want to discuss this in class. So have yours written out and have this at least A, this is A and B and A, and try to have B for second one. This week you have made a graphic to connect your arguments. You've written statements for everything. Everybody has a statement. You've made rebuttals and opposing views. You've added more information. You have begun to practice thinking for the debate. Thinking for the, now you're getting this back and forth, slowly making statements. Do you feel ready? Probably not yet, but that's okay. The debate isn't here yet, and we still have 2 more graphics to go, which will fine-tune it even better. Let's go to the next video. Join me.